Okay, so let's dive into campaign creation. Now, before we can get started in creating your campaigns, we need to identify the 5 different types of email campaigns that should and do exist in every business. So let's dive into those. The first type of campaign is the indoctrination campaign. Now, the indoctrination campaign is a triggered campaign sent to new subscribers with the goal of building a relationship and bonding, right? New subscribers. So anyone who's new on your email list should get a triggered message that is an introduction, right? It's meant to build bonding and to introduce yourself. So if we go back to the customer value journey, we're really talking about post subscribe phase. So the very first time that a new subscriber enters your list or subscribes to your database, they need to get an indoctrination campaign to build bonding, to introduce yourself, and to start to build that relationship. So that's the first campaign. The second type of campaign is the conversion campaign. Now, conversion campaigns are also triggered campaigns. They're sent following a specific action, and the goal of a conversion campaign is, well, in the name, is to turn subscribers into buyers, right? Subscribers into buyers. So going back to the customer value journey, what are we talking about? We're really talking about that post-subscribe phase and moving quickly into the convert phase. Now, I'm going to pause here for a second. And well, I'm not actually going to pause. I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to acknowledge something that I'm guessing at least a few of you are thinking. If they're getting the indoctrination campaign and they're getting the conversion campaign post-subscription, wouldn't that mean that they're getting 2 campaigns? The simple answer is yes. Yes, they are. A new subscriber that joins your database is likely going to get simultaneous messaging. So messaging in the indoctrination campaign that's meant to build that bonding, to introduce yourself and start to the relationship, while at the same time receiving a conversion campaign to get them to take that next logical step. And don't worry, we'll go through how to craft these when we look at each individual campaign type and storyboarding that out. The third type of campaign that we'll be talking about is the ascension campaign. Now, ascension campaigns are triggered campaigns with the goal of turning a single buyer into a multi-buyer, right? Single buyer into a multi-buyer. So we're talking about post-conversion. And when we look at the customer value journey, we're focused on the excite phase, the ascend phase, the advocate phase, and the promote phase. We want to create campaigns that turn single buyers into multi-buyers, into advocates, and into promoters. So ascension campaigns are the campaigns we will use to do just that. Now, the fourth type of campaign we're going to be talking about is the segmentation campaign. Now, segmentation campaigns are the very first campaigns that we're going to dive into that aren't triggered. These are broadcast campaigns. These campaigns are sent to either the entire database or a large segment of your database, and typically segmented by interest or other demographic information. Now, when we go back to the customer value journey, we're also going to take a step or two back in the stages. The segmentation campaign should be deployed almost back in the beginning of the value journey. We need to re-engage our list, right? We need to re-interest them. We need to re-segment them based on interest, based on any type of demographic information we have. So segmentation campaigns are not only broadcast, but they're broadcast in order to create these segments by driving interest and engagement. Then moving over to the subscribe phase, right? How do we get people to segment? It's not only by raising their hand by maybe clicking on an email, but it's also by getting them to re-opt in, right? So when we're deploying segmentation campaigns, they are typically going to live in the excite and subscribe phases. Now, the fifth type of campaign, the final type of campaign we're going to be talking about is the re-engagement campaign. Now, this campaign is going to be triggered when the other campaigns haven't necessarily done their jobs. Re-engagement campaigns are triggered campaigns, but they're sent to unengaged subscribers. We need to re-engage those subscribers by adding value and rebuilding the relationship. So when we look back at the customer value journey canvas, this type of campaign is going to go all the way back to the beginning and start with awareness. right? If we're re-engaging a subscriber, we need to make them aware that we exist. We need to assume that they've forgotten about us, right? So the first step of our first job of a re-engagement campaign is to make your subscriber aware, like remind them of your existence, and then move them back into the engage phase. So if they've become aware, now they're engaged, we can move them back into the customer value journey. These are the 5 types of email campaigns that we'll be diving into so that you can craft a campaign for each and every aspect of your business.